I recently had a conversation with a chief human resource officer, and here's what she said to me. She said, well-being is the cornerstone of our talent management strategy. And I looked at her and said, wow, that's a really strong statement. I'm curious, can you tell me a little bit more about why well-being is so important for your talent management strategy? Well, here's what she said. She said, first, we have to create a workplace culture that is going to allow us to attract the kind of people that we want to have working here. If we can't get them to come to work here, we can't meet our business objectives. Then she said, once we get the right people here, we have to nurture them. We have to look after them, and we have to look after their well-being from multiple dimensions. If we don't support them to be their best selves and to be productive, we can't meet our business objectives. And for the long run, we need to create a workplace where people really enjoy coming to work, where they want to stay. If we don't create a place where people want to stay, we can't meet our business objectives. I looked at her and said, I'm convinced. But the question becomes, how do other business executives look at this? Do they feel the same way? As business professionals, you understand talent management. You know you've got to get the right people on the bus, you've got to engage them and have them productive while they're there, and you need to make sure they stay. If you don't, you can't meet your business objectives. But it's no small challenge. And you also know about well-being and wellness in the workplace. Many of you have been doing this for a long time now. So you really do understand that well-being is related to, and these programs can support, your workforce. But what is this well-being stuff? And why do we care about this? And why would we want to make this the cornerstone of a talent management strategy? Let me tell you a little bit about some research from the Gallup organization. They've been doing research on well-being for a number of years, and they've developed a 5-dimension model. It has physical aspects, which I'll call energy, money, connections, community, and purpose. So let's explore these dimensions. So when we think about our physical well-being, how much we eat and how much we weigh and the amount of sleep that we get and how much we exercise. And those are all important things, but there's more to us than just our physical well-being. So take money as an example. Anybody ever felt stressed about money? Exactly, and your employees probably do too. It's a very big deal in our lives as to the role that money plays. And yet, when we think about a whole generation of kids that are coming into the workforce that are steeped in college debt, or individuals who are aging and are struggling to really save for their retirement, those are the folks we need to care about. The connection, when we have relationships, relationships are fundamental to us as human beings. There was recently some research released by Harvard University based on a 75-year study. You heard that right, 75 years. And what they found was that relationships are really core to us as human beings. Good relationships keep us happier and healthier. And then there's a community aspect. When we feel safe where we live, and we have connections to that community through how we volunteer or if we belong to faith-based organizations, that's another element. The last piece is purpose. How do you feel when you get up in the morning? Are you driven to go and do things? Are you really feeling motivated, or are you feeling drained by what you do each day? Our purpose is really so important for who we are and how we really come up and show up in our lives. To achieve business objectives, we have to have a workforce that is motivated by the work they're doing, and they have to feel connected to something bigger than themselves. And these dimensions give us a place to be able to do that. Richard Branson got it right when he said, Clients don't come first. Employees come first. If you look after your employees, they will look after the clients. So what do you need to do in the workplace? Well, the reality is you may already be doing a lot and just not realizing it. So this well-being framework gives you a way to think about how to pull this all together. So let's take that energy piece. You may have a location where your business is that has access to parks or sidewalks so employees can go out and walk. You might have a tobacco-free workplace, or you might have stand-up desks that encourage people to be able to move around during the day. From a money perspective, you may have a 401k match. You're providing all kinds of insurance, health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance. Those all fall under the money dimension. From a connection perspective, you've got those social activities where you bring folks together just to have fun. Those bring people together in a way that they wouldn't necessarily come together in the workplace. So we want to keep doing that. We want to offer flexible work schedules so parents can make sure that they're looking after the needs of their family. From a community perspective, do you have volunteer days or charitable organizations with which you are connected? All of those bring connections. And then for purpose, how do you support the individual employee so they can understand their strengths? What are they good at doing? And how do they connect that to the work that they're doing? We can start by embedding well-being in the values of the culture. When you do this, this is just the what we do every day here. And what it does is it helps the managers and you as leaders connect well-being to that everyday experience for the workforce. As senior leaders, your goal is to achieve business results. You can't do that without an engaged, productive workforce. Consider well-being as the cornerstone of your talent management strategy.